told them when I come back, we're going swimming. So, tell everybody thank you for them. Скажи, дякую.
Дякую.
Не, английский.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, что? Very much. Еще раз.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Future president of Ukraine right here. All right. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you're at. And this is a co-stream today of Professor Gertis, Johnny from ATP Geopolitics, Zhenya, and myself. And there is Rick in here as well. Guys, we want to say hello to all of you, and let's just bounce around here. Yes, this is the Brady Bunch. One is looking up, one is looking down, but there you go. And you would have to have an American reference to that. So welcome to everybody. We'll start with you, Johnny. Welcome, Geopolitics, and away we go.
I always look up to you. Thank you. Thank you, Greg. Thanks for everything, my man. This is going to be good. There's a lot to see, a lot to appreciate. This is some big news that we've been waiting a long time for. And I, for one, am going to enjoy listening to you guys with an extra big glass of wine because, I'm in here for the long haul. Cheers.
JP, I love you. Professor Gertis, I'd like to welcome you in today. And Professor Gertis explains UA.
I'm literally a teetotaler. You would think it would be the British.
I can't fight you for drinking tea, my man.
And I am a teetotaler.
Don't throw it off the Boston Harbor, please. You're right.
Let me welcome Zhenya in here. Zhenya over there somewhere. Zhenya, do you remember the problems Johnny gave us with trying to find milk running around the front lines of a war zone?
Yeah, but we made it.
We did.
And it was approved by pro.
It was approved by a pro.
Call sign oat milk.
That's right. And we found it in a war zone. And down over there is Rick, the Ukrainian, coming in from Kyiv tonight, who just helped us deliver it whichever way. Rick, welcome, brother.
Hi, guys. I'm happy to be here. Happy to see you all. And I also have water here today. No tea, no wine. As always, just water.
Well, thank you, guys. Now, today, I really wanted to have Yana and Galina on with us as well. But I messaged them, and those two ladies are Project Konstantin and doing an amazing job right now with Project 22. But I wanted them to have more time to talk about it. So tomorrow, about the same time, we're going to have a live stream, and Project Konstantin will be with us. Yana and Galina will talk about Project 22. They'll be in here tonight in the chat, and they will be commenting and all of that. But tomorrow, I want them to have more time because they were the closest to Peter and were a part of this dream from the beginning. Now, if you're watching on Professor Gertis's channel or you're watching on Johnny's, just thank you in advance. And I know all the moderators are working, but to be quite honest, there's going to be so many chats and so much going on. We just say thank you now in advance. Professor Gertis, let me start with you because you were kind of the brainchild of this back to last Christmas area, really with pin-up demand, and then this crazy thing that we undertook, and then Johnny helped, Rick helped, and of course, Zhenya. But you were the mad scientist behind this.
Yeah. So when we first got together, I was saying, hey, what if we create this Amazon link that delivers right into Ukraine? And that didn't work. And what about Poland? Well, that didn't work. What about to Greg? And then it'll be Greg's church. They'll ship it over and that sort of thing. And so a week later, we were at $100,000. Now, before that week later started, as soon as we came up to that idea, I reached out to Johnny and I said, hey, Johnny, this guy's already doing it. He's in country. If we get behind him and we help push, what do you think? And he had just interviewed you. And so that's how that all early formed. And then, so fast forward a week after Christmas, $100,000. I had no idea that it was going to be something like that. I thought, okay, people want to give. I can feel that they want to give. They just want to make sure they're giving to something that they know where it's going and that sort of thing, and they know it's solid. And so, what if we could create that kind of avenue for them? But I never thought it was going to be like that either. And then later on, you're back in country and saying, well, what do we do now? Well, why don't we ask them what they need rather than assume that we need? We knew that they needed tourniquets and they needed bandages and they needed all these kind of things that we had on our list, but ask the commanders what they need. So Greg then went and asked the commanders what they need. And it turns out they told us.
Yeah, and it really, Zhenya, you can speak to this, and then we'll come to Johnny. It started, remember, brother, with metal detectors. And we did this big push on metal detectors. And then we discovered, of course, medical needs. But we discovered that there was a severe shortage of armored vehicles and the ability to rescue people. So, Zhenka, you were there for that.
Yeah, I remember that all of this, and it looked crazy for me. Good, but I was hoping for that, and I really thank all the people for trust.
Then there was a stream with Rick, and Pete was on it. You remember, brother?
Yeah, of course.
And Zhenya and I were coming back from the south, and we called in, and it was just a couple days later. Johnny, you were there. We showed up and we met Pete. So Rick, thank you for that.
I'm happy to actually get it all started. All these interconnections. It's so awesome. Yeah, I'm happy to be a part of it.
Well, I will tell you what we're going to experience over the next hour or so is going to be very powerful. It's going to tell the entire story. And we just say thank you in advance. JP, you want to say something and we'll get going?
Yeah. I just wanted to almost rewind a bit. And for me, running this channel, which was an offshoot of my original channel because I got obsessed with the war in Ukraine, and it became an obsession that was driven largely by morality, which is like what was happening in Ukraine was so deeply unfair that's what drove me. And the obsession had that dimension. And then when you start reporting, as I was reporting on the war very heavily, I was doing this as a kind of largely driven by then trying to provide a service to people to understand more about the war and then to advocate for Ukraine. So there was a moral dimension to that. But I think what we all want to do is do as much as we can, right? And the other element that was missing was, well, okay, some people have got disposable income, some people have got the will and the wherewithal to be able to commit some money to some cause. And we can talk about all these different fundraisers are going on all over the place. But when you take ownership over one, you can kind of live and breathe it, and we all own this together. It becomes a community thing, and the people involved in donating have ownership over it as well, and it becomes a really powerful thing. And then when you can relate it to the actual people who might be receiving this stuff, as you guys have been able to do with being the feet on the ground, then it all made so perfect sense. And then meeting Pete, obviously, as we did in the restaurant for that first time, I could see the connection that Greg particularly had with Pete. There's that religious connection that you guys had, and the commonality that we all had in wanting to help Ukraine. It was just it all came together in a really nice way, sort of synthesized really well.
Yeah, it was. Johnny would call it an alignment of the planets. Rick would be somewhere in between. Professor Gertis and Jane and myself would call it a divine connection. So however we want to view it, we're very thankful that Pete's path crossed our pathways. So guys,
you guys are all up in heaven up there. We're down here on Earth, Rick and I.
Well, typically you're somewhere between Mars and Jupiter, but other than that, you're good, JP.
Cheers.
Let's do this, guys. Let's jump right in. We have 6 videos we're going to share tonight. 4 are relatively short. 2 or a little bit longer. I can see the back feed when the video will be playing full screen for you guys. So I can see Professor, I can see Rick, I can see Johnny and Jania. And maybe if they have a comment and they really want me to stop the video, I will pause it, come back to this screen. If not, we'll play the full video, then we'll come back, get our comment, and keep it cooking, because tonight is really not about us, but it's about saying thank you to the world. And I can literally tell you that people donated $1 to multiple thousands of dollars for this project. And every penny was important. So thank you. You guys ready? Let's go. I'm going to rewind this all the way back before any of us knew Peter. And Yana sent me a video and said, Greg, you need to show this, because Pete, this little short video where Pete is talking, and he says, one day armored vehicles will come. I'm just going to play the video, man. We got it done, guys. We got it done. Here it is.
Now let me tell you girls something. Listen to this. Listen to this. I told you that money wouldn't be a problem one day. I told you one day people will open the checkbooks to us. One day people will bring in armored vehicles to us.
There you go. Guys, that's it. One day people will open their checkbooks. And one day armored vehicles will come. So let's just start. Prof, I see you twinkling there.
So I don't know about you, but I never thought of myself as in any meaningful way as a fundraiser. So this is one of the most bizarre experiences of my life. But it's not hard to raise money, apparently, for a really, 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 really good cause by people that, I mean, so all I was doing was opening up to those that already wanted to do more and say, hey, I found a way. We can do this. This is a solid connection. We can do this. This is where all of my giving has been directed. Every single one of my videos now has Greg Terry's links on them, right? Every one. I went back into all my, I just passed 2,000 videos. Well, not the shorts, but I just passed 2,000 videos. Every one of my normal videos has Greg Terry links on it. Now, there's a reason for that. This is where I'm going to push, and because you're already doing it. And so I got behind, Johnny got behind, and Rick got behind, and like this was, and people wanted to, I've said this before, but like it sounds crass, but we're all using each other to help our ends. I'm using Greg for the conduit. He's using me for audience. The audience is using us to get there. We're using them to get the money to Ukraine, right? I mean, we're all helping each other along the way. And that's how this is working. And it's not in a bad way using, it's a synergistic using where we're all getting where we're trying to go. But I only have this piece of the puzzle, and Greg has that piece of the puzzle, and Jania has that piece of the puzzle, and it's that sort of thing.
JP?
Absolutely agree. This is a symbiotic relationship whereby we all benefit for the benefit of Ukraine, those fighting on behalf of, well, really us, and everything we can do to help is fantastic. And we know, we've spoken about this many times before, Greg, that what you do is transparent, and people have trust in you and therefore us in delivering their money and what that turns into to the people who really need it. So, fantastic.
Thank you, JP. Rick? Jania?
I muted myself.
Oh, there you
Sorry.
Go, Rick.
Yeah. Well, what can I say? Peter was a very gentle soul, and he was feeling everything very. I'm looking for a perfect English word, but I cannot find it. It was very strong. He had strong feelings, and he knew that if he stays that way, if he stays genuine, if he stays honest and open, people will open their checkbooks, as he said in that video. and that helps. He deserves it, and his guys deserve it. They do. Well, they keep doing that, but he was doing an honest work, and that paid off, and he totally deserves it. And I'm really happy that even after his death, we are carrying on his legacy and his work. I'm really happy.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you,
Jania,
Peter.
you're the man, really, to be honest, made all this happen. Thank you.
One thing probably comes up in my mind. It's a trust. The word trust. It's about trust. The guys are trusting the needs. Pete was trusting us his dreams and his heart, his vision. He was trusting, his dreams, and he was sharing it. And all community here trusting each other, and people trusting information. We're trusting all the companies we work with about the quality, and all the logistic was trusted to the incredible Bethel Life Church, and it's about all trust. And I would say God trusted this project, and I hope it's a beginning. Will be trusted more.
Thank you, and it will be. I just want to put a couple of comments up here before we go to the next one. Rachel Dodd says, Peter had a pure heart and a soul. I'm happy all of us together made this happen. 100% agree. Andre, Peter was open-hearted. Yes, he was. Sweet. Pete's heart consumed the world. Yes, it did. Annette from the Shills, CF Beauty. The Ukraine support community is the best community on the planet. Yes, they are. And I saw my moderators having a little bit of fun in there. I want to take up for Peter Antipas. Peter, I put a nice chunk of change into the Snatch Project and even told Joe McDonald to go after what he posted and what he said. Yes, you did, and thank you very much. But in regard to this jacket, sir, Ma Rose gave this to me and told me to wear it. If you go back and look at my video yesterday, I wasn't wearing this jacket, but I'll be daggone it if I'm not going to wear it today as we celebrate Pete's dream. So thank you for your support. I hope you stay around, and I hope you understand better, but get that chat out of here, dude. This was given to me by his mother, and she told me to wear it every day. So there you go. Appreciate you. Sorry, guys, but can't handle but so much.
Yeah, can I just add something
Please.
on to what I think Rick was saying? I know we've all got different worldviews here, but I really like. There's a Disney film called Coco, which is really beautiful, and it talks about how people live on in the memories of those who knew them, and I think for Pete, his legacy lives on in how we remember him and what we do on the back of that memory to affect the lives of others. And so there is this existence beyond his death, irrespective of what you feel about the afterlife, etc. Like here in this world, there is an existence for Pete that continues with the way that we remember him and what we do and how we celebrate what he was doing and what we have done on his behalf, and hopefully will continue to do.
No question. And Johnny, since you were saying that, let me go to this video that Johnny took. And let's insert this right here. Pete talking about their situation.
In there and everywhere, and it's a shooting range vehicle at the moment because that's all we're doing every day. But this is essentially what Project Konstantin is. We're medics, and we help the armed forces of Ukraine with their.
I will explain more
with their.
So, right before we got started, Johnny, and that's your video. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, so we had just met at the restaurant for the first time, and after we had a little chat, we went outside, and he was like, "This is my vehicle. This is what I use. This is how I do my medical stuff." And as you can see, it's an SUV. It's just a bog standard SUV with a whole bunch of crap in the back, and that is clearly not fit for purpose. And that, in a real sense, was the genesis to what ended up being an incredible fundraising campaign.
Yeah. And now let's go back before we get a panel comment on this one. I'm going way back, guys. This is really where it kicked up. Here we go.
Dear Greg and Dr. Curtis, thank you for your efforts. I've just seen your beautiful launch of this campaign. But four colleagues were killed today. 4 medics. 2 of our boys went to the front lines to go and suss out our new location, where we are. They went to go suss out a new location, and they were driving back in the direction of safety, and the drone came after them. Our boys spotted it. They hit the gas. The slower full car behind them, just a regular car with 4 medics, wasn't able to accelerate away fast enough, and 4 medics were wiped out instantly by a kamikaze drone. If only we could have got these vehicles a bit sooner. I'm grateful my 2 friends are still alive. They're in my platoon. But I'm very sad about these medics, and I'm very grateful. We all are very grateful to you.
Jania, let's start with you on that. Pete was describing the real condition on the front line, and in this panel, you know it more than anybody. The necessity for armored vehicles and safety for our medics is lacking.
Yeah, I would like to have it faster, to do it faster, all of it. But like we got what we got. We did all we could. This is reality, and the reality that it will be helping other people, saving lives. That's the comment I give.
Yeah, we literally have seen, to be honest, one of the hottest places, and we're not talking about the war. This is all focused on this, but is below Kupiansk right now. It's very difficult. And when Jane and I were just there weeks ago, most of the soldiers were driving around in unarmored Ladas and little trucks and open topped cargo cars, and it's just a desperate needs. And Prof, you heard Pete call your name there. He was very appreciative. You're muted. Hold on, you're muted. Johnny. Oh, there we go. Let's pause. Back to Prof.
Sorry, I did the same thing. Rick tricked me into doing that, by the way. I remember when that came out, and I remember thinking, like, it hit me in the gut. I can only imagine how powerfully it hit Pete, given that he knew the people and understood, like, but for having these vehicles, they could still be here, still be doing good. And so this fundraiser was phenomenal in that, like, we don't know how many people will be impacted positively through it. So
Rick,
that's it for me.
Rick, I know that you raise a lot of funds to support Ukraine, and we want to say thank you, brother. And you are there inside Ukraine. Your home territory is now occupied, Makivka, in the Donetsk metro area. But you're doing such an amazing job. And we just want to say thank you, because you also know the necessity that we need for armored vehicles and other stuff as well.
Yeah, it's an honor to do this work, and to be capable of actually doing it. And thank you to my community, to your communities who contribute to my funds. It's very important for the Ukrainian army, and as I take it personally, since my hometown is occupied, and I lived there in that ugly Russian world for some time. This is why it is also very important to me that you guys support these campaigns. Thank you for that.
Thank you, JP. To you, and then we're gonna get to Pete's dream being fulfilled in two drops.
Yeah, I just want a very short thing to say. That video you played of Pete is a really good summary of who Pete was. You know, we know that he wore his heart on his sleeve, and he would either be, you know, crying in appreciation, you know, at the emotions of battlefields and battle weary as he was, seeing the horrors he had seen. He would swing from, you know, being that kind of very emotional person, either deeply appreciative or deeply sad, to the Pete that we also knew, who was swearing like a trooper for all the right reasons, sounding off about how people aren't doing enough. And so, you know, that was Pete as we knew him.
One of a kind. Let me get these real quick. Papa Dutch, where is Project Tatiana at now? You will be hearing about that directly. That also lines up with a question that came in from Janice Burgess. Where is Yana? Yana is great. They're busy, crazy busy, helping with PK, doing PK, Project Konstantin, and Yana and Galina will be on with me tomorrow. Dunk on you. Thank you for that super chat. Papa Dutch, for Project Tatiana, it's already starting. In fact, this is the idea we had, to be quite honest, is once we get these vehicles delivered, we want to finish Pete's vision of 22. And you will actually hear Loza, Pete's commander, talk about that in just a few moments. And Linda, this affects everybody else's channel. The memberships cross channels. No, you would need to go to the other channels. She wants to donate memberships in honor of Peter. So go to Johnny's and Professor Gertis and Rick. So there you go. Thank you, guys. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to start.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I just ask a question to Zhenya that's been asked? This is relevant to Pete, obviously. Medics seem to be target number one. Do you know, Zhenya, if medics are particularly targeted in this war?
Yeah, sure, non-stop.
Yeah, it's that simple.
Civilians are targeted.
It's very simple. I was watching just some documentaries about the First World War, and the principles there. It's nothing common about the medics now. Now the medics are saving lives, saving soldiers, and it's the targets.
Yeah.
Dunk on you 23 posting link to Project Tatiana in the chat. Additionally, there's also a link to that in my description, and there'll be much more of that coming. All right, guys, so here we go. We're now going to go. I'm actually not going to show Pete's unit being dropped to first. I want to show that second. We're going to start with the 141. This is Vitaly. This is in southern Ukraine, and this is good. Panel, all the guys in here, remember, if you have a comment or something, I can see you on the backside. I'll stop it. Here we go, guys. This is the 141. This is a longer video, so enjoy. You know, tough word, but enjoy. We're accomplishing Pete's dream. So let's start with this. This is Vitaly, and you can look at that camera right there. And we have been helping these guys down here on the front for a long time now. And we have become very good friends and brothers. So I want to start by asking this one question. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember.
A long time ago when...
4 months.
4 months? No, more.
5.
We came here, and this was after Pete had initiated the dream for armored vehicles. I came to a meeting here to drop some aid, and Vitaly was sharing how desperately they needed an armored Kosovac vehicle, a medical evacuation vehicle. And you remember showing us your rescue vehicles, and they were white. Billy. Yeah, they were white. Billy. And he said, man, we need help. So I was just making a video, and I promised you one. And it's taken a long time, but today we fulfill that promise. So what I want to do first is I want to flash back to that video months ago. And I know right now it'll be thousands of people watching, and they want me to say for them to you, много людей видят сейчас, и они хотят, я буду сказать для они дякую. Дякую.
Від їх імені.
Да. И мы стоим вместе, we stand together до перемоги, и мы делаем все возможное, помогаем вас. We'll do maximum to help them. And so guys, today, you're as close as you can get through us like this, and we're going to increase it to 4 now. Let's go 4. Let's go for 4. Why not? We can do this, and so that's what we're going to do. So we will help.
Дякую.
He said, thank you. We will help. Ми помогаємо.
Дякую.
Да, будь ласка. Слава Україна.
Героям слава.
Now, we were much younger on that video, but we were pretty. We were pretty. So, today it happens. Today, in honor of Peter Fouché, and in gratitude to all of the wonderful people around the world, all of our YouTube partners, all of our friends, Bethel Life Church, all of the people that have committed so much to make this happen, all of the administration that happened in the United States. So today, without further ado, I would like to present to you, sir, the keys.
Thank you. Thank you.
To the armored medevac, to the Kosovac.
I have Kosovac, medevac, I have evac.
He has a Kosovac.
Oh, дякую.
Thank you, he said. Let me ask you this question.
Можна, звісно.
Will this save lives?
Я
Женя,
думаю,
get
багато
ready.
рятів. Ну, багато життя ми ще врятуємо. Що ця машина буде рятувати багато життів. Це правда. Завдяки цій машині будуть врятовані не одне життя. Це правда.
Don't interpret, because I'll voice over. Zhenya, what did he say?
The question was, yeah, he said, sure, many lives. This particular, exactly this one vehicle, he says, I believe, will be saving many lives. Will be helping to save many lives.
Here we go. Have you cried any?
Буває, да, плакав. Сьогодні плакав.
I was crying. Now, we're not going to delay this. There's just nothing else to talk about. It's just amazing. So, want to give thanks a lot. Not only do we give you the keys, but this is the company we purchased these vehicles from. This is all of the documentation. All of this is public information. So if you want to take a screenshot and zoom in, God bless you. But this is all of Napram, our charity here that Zhenya is the president of. All of our team here, we want to say thank you. And this is the actual Land Rover vehicle. This is all of the VIN numbers and license numbers and registrations. But most importantly, you see all these blue stamps and red stamps. It's legal. And it is 100% theirs. Guys, I want to take some time now and show you the vehicle. All right, guys, so it's happening right now. We are running wide open here on a frontline position, and Vitaly is waiting on us. And what we promised so long ago is happening within the next few minutes. Once again, just want to say thank you. And man, how would you like to drive in this thing with all this noise? I know the answer to that is, and a majority of you would say, I'd love to drive in that thing, and you're driving with us right now. So thank you, and thank you guys. Let's get it done. All right, got the King Raccoon. We got the Berry Monday, blue and yellow. These boys are taking us to the front.
я в шоці. Просто я в шоці, що в нас тепер є броня.
I need to pause right there. I need to pause right there. Zhenya, what'd he say?
He says, I'm in shock because finally we will have armored vehicle, like armored Kazavak.
Oh, it's so good. Here we go, guys. Keep going.
Привіт. Привіт.
I promised you. Well, you were able to see the original welcome with Vitali. Unbelievable, and we're going to show you quite a bit more now. But guys, mission accomplished. You know, when Pete did things, he did it right, guys. And I want you to see what else we're doing here. We're providing all extra filters so that when the guys need to change, they already have them. Additionally, spare tire ready to go. And the guys will take it out. And we've given them an extra tire that's not on a rim, but let's say we lose a tire and they just need an extra one for some reason. So we'll do that. We're even leaving them water. Hey! Hey!
So,
you enjoying this?
I love it. I love it. Можеш вкрутити?
Is it good?
Very good.
That was Peter's statement on all of his t-shirts, on everything Project Konstantin. Fear not, for I am with you. Isaiah 41:10. Anti-drone jammer system, guys. Winch system, guys. Tow rope system, guys. All the fire extinguisher, guys. 18,000 kilometers on this joker. Oh, and did I mention? Oh, Same Glavna. Same Glavna. Most importantly, where's the key?
Yeah, here is
Just
the key.
put the electric on. Most important is we bring it with a full tank of diesel. Most important, we bring it with a full tank of diesel. And guys, look at this. 18,000 kilometers on it. It was 17,000 when we crossed the border. So now you know how far we've come. You aboard Peter Airlines. This is an armored vehicle flight for rescuing our wounded heroes on the front lines. It is our joy and honor to be with you. I am your captain. This is the co-captain. And today we're going to take the test flight. We have wonderful passengers here. We've got Roma behind the cabin. All they want to do is drive it. So we're going to go drive it. So brake here, gear here, mirror there. Okay. I will go up here and turn around. Okay, we're going to go up here and give the boys a test drive. smooth.
So guys, you're riding in here with some of the heroes. Where else are you gonna go and take a ride with Ukrainian heroes? All they want to do is drive somewhere on the front lines of Ukraine in Pete's vision and dream inside this armored Kazakhstan. Nowhere else. Woo! Roma, bring me the camera.
The guy is very good.
Oh yeah!
Woo! Very good car.
We're Latilli! We're flying!
Fly.
You're doing a great job, man.
Very good car.
You happy?
Very.
Oh,
Woo,
что сказал?
very good tank.
Счастливо.
Very good.
Oh.
Car is very beautiful. Very.
Well, много людей весь мир помогал.
Very thank you. Every people who help us very thank you.
Awesome. So guys, there you have it. That's the 7th channel. And this is the man. So you got it all ready to go?
Yeah.
So now all that'll be done is it will be mounted.
Yeah.
And
It will be working.
Is this a good one?
Yeah. Ready to go.
Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you guys. You can see the joy on the soldiers' faces. All they want to do is go drive this thing. This is like Christmas, man. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people of the world? Because probably thousands of people have donated. It may be $5. It may be $75,000. People have donated so much money to make all of this possible. And if there's anything you want to say, this is your opportunity to say thank you to the people of the world.
Дякую кожному, хто долучився. Дякую вам. Це не тільки слова подяки від мене, це те, що врятує в майбутньому життя. І не одне життя. Це більше, ніж дякую, я не знаю. Приїжджайте, ми будемо показувати, знімати, робити все для того, щоб пришвидшити.
Translation coming. Rick, I'll let you translate this one for us, brother.
He says, I am very grateful. This will save lives. And I am beyond grateful. I don't know how to express this. And come here. We will show you. We will film it. We will do everything too. Let's continue.
Here we go.
Дякую.
Дякую.
Слава Україні, брат.
Героям слава.
Да. Okay, now take that camera and just keep filming. Just take it right off of there. We'll go do something crazy now on the fly. Yeah, let it go. Let it film. Let it film. Let it film. Okay, I need all the guys. All the guys. Хлопці.
От тут треба бути обережним, да. Бо не може бути жирним.
Okay, I need all the guys.
А це вже ваш?
No.
It says, is it your flag?
This
I
is
said no.
Peter's.
Peter's.
Peter gave this to me. Okay? And guys, this is just the beginning of our signing adventure of Peter's flag. This is the Project Konstantin flag. Peter personally gave this to me, and there's only been one person sign it so far because this one's special. Wasp has signed it, but it was Pete's dream to deliver these medical vehicles to the front lines. So we're going to have units where we drop the Kosovacs sign the flag. I can't think of anything better to do. So what we're going to do now is, and we go through with the signing, and that's a whole different thing, and we're going to do that on a separate video. So let's go around. Johnny, I see you smiling like the Cheshire Cat.
Funny, genuinely was smiling just watching that. It was absolutely brilliant. Three things that stick out to me. First one, just me being silly here. Rick's photo bomb, his first one, where he just pops his head over. I love a bit of Rick popping his head in the back. The second one, Zhenya, like happy as a pig in poo. Basically, when you're like, how are you feeling, Zhenya? He's like, yeah, I'm totally loving it. And then the driver, loving it himself, just absolutely in the zone. Just fantastic to see those Land Rovers getting a second lease of life. Is beautiful. I mean, that's recycling at its very best. Dude, how was it for you driving a car on the, with the steering wheel and the pedals on the right side? How did people feel about that?
I'll let Rick also answer that in just a second. We'll go to him next. But fortunately for me, Johnny, I've actually driven that way a lot. I do a lot of work in Africa. And in Tanzania, they also drive on the proper side like you do. And so I've had some experience, although in Tanzania, it's typically not in a war zone where I will tell you this, guys, and I have so much mad respect for Rick because he had never driven on the right side, everything opposite. He went to a class just to learn and was prepped. And Rick drove one of the vehicles 1,000 kilometers, 800 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers because we had to take two at a time. And Rick did an amazing job, although I did have to teach him what it means to put the hammer down. And he learned it well. Yeah. He did. So it was incredible, Johnny. I will tell you this just for me. You go through block post, of course, as you have experience with, and you drive through towns. And I will tell you, there was a respect in the soldiers and the people. The further we went and the closer we got to the front, they knew these things will help save lives. So it made us feel good. And I know Jane, you'll speak about that in a second. Rick, let's go to you next on that video. Brilliant.
Well, first I'll share my experience of driving the Snatch. Yes, it was a bit more than 800 kilometers, I guess. But wow, that beast is heavy. That beast is roaring. It was a challenge, especially driving it in the night. It was a hell of a challenge. But, well, I made it. I even recorded an hour and 10 minutes of a video driving in the night in that one. Greg and Zhenya did not enjoy that. But then Greg actually taught me to put the hammer on the pedal. And indeed, even if it's like into the floor, you push it a bit harder and you can get to 130 kilometers per hour. Pretty cool. So yeah, it was an honor to drive that one. An adventure and an honor. So yeah, that's enough with my experience. It was cool.
Let's go right up to Zhenya.
Yeah, a lot of small things comes up. At first, maybe 130. It was some seconds. I know that it's the recommended speed is about 100, and they were doing 100 all the way. The first thing. Yeah. The next thing is I was reading the comments about that it's quite roomy. Yes, probably this spare tire will go outside. Usually our guys takes it out and they will fix it somewhere like more easy reachable and with less risky for other guys, because in this setup the other guys will be need to leave the vehicle. and if it's in the danger place, okay. It's so the third thing, we didn't demonstrate the winch yet. Winches are delivered, and you will see it installed just in a short time. Will not open this secret for you. Like you will see it, and the thing, and one more thing. It will be off top a little bit. I really want to stick it in here. I thank God that one day those crazy missionaries from other countries were preaching in Ukraine, and I met these crazy Americans, and through them I met, Greg and Pastor Kent and Bethel Life Church, and all of that connection. We wouldn't meet this, and all of us, I would say, we wouldn't meet each other. And the English teacher of mine was Greg and the other Christians.
Yeah, so if Janya's English is bad, it's my fault.
Yeah, but it was zero, and I wouldn't have any chance to communicate with you. So coming back to the stage, it's amazing. And I was one more thing, watching this excitement, watching this fun we had in these vehicles, I was thinking about a real job, the guys who will be in the other station and driving other roads, and this is good to have this fun with them now and share it with all the people.
I was watching my chat roll over here during it, and somebody made the comment, and people are donating and buying memberships and super chats, guys. Thank you, and we'll grab them at the end and to say thank you specifically. But it's just we want to keep rolling with this video, so to honor Pete and what he did with this vision, and all of you for making it happen. But I saw somebody in the chat say they're so happy, they're just ogling it and climbing all over it. So yeah, we all ogled. Prof, we'll come to you, and then we're going to go to Pete's unit.
Yeah, I'm glad I went last because my face like hurt from smiling. Like it took a little while to let it like I hadn't smiled that hard and I don't know how long. That was great to see. The other thought that I had, other than Rick pointing, showing up in this which was fun, was the name of the truck. And that is that Greg and I were talking like, well, what do we name it? So I don't know. And we kicked around a number of names, like what would Pete want, or what would honor Pete? And it's still, Pete is still defending them. So Pete's Shield is an appropriate name for the truck.
Yeah. And where it's at, it will definitely be Shield.
Have you heard any feedback at all already from them? Are you in contact with the units still?
Yeah, yesterday it was the only feedback yet. Guys are learning how to drive on a different terrains. That's it. It drives. They said this vehicle is a little bit other than the previous, and they used to drive not so heavy vehicles and just normal minivans, let's say, or something like that. And it's a big difference, and it's four-wheel drive. And so this is the only for this moment. But I think when we will finish connecting everything, and because there's something are supplied, something will be, let's say, finished during the week or two. There are other things. So many work there, and I think we'll hear and we will see the work.
For example, these drone jammers, they're all custom made, guys, and they are even customized down to the Frontline region where these different units are and the specific frequencies that they're having the most trouble with drones. Everything is customized. You saw the video of Roma. He's one of our guys from Khmelnytsky, and he is a freak of nature. And when it comes to that type of thing, those things. Additionally, Zhenya was talking about the winches. Those are extremely heavy duty winches that had to be imported and they had to come in from Europe. You couldn't even get them in Ukraine. And now they have to be specially mounted. And you do, as Rick mentioned, you have to learn how to drive these heavy vehicles. You can't just come up to a stoplight and hit the brake like you think you're going to stop normally. You're going to run over somebody. So it's a massive learning curve. And for me, JP, I'm appreciative the guys are taking the time to learn the vehicle before they just start rolling, because they're dangerous. They're very dangerous, very heavy vehicles.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Pete's unit, everybody. Let's go to Pete's unit. All right, guys, we're here, and we're at the exact spot where we spread Peter's ashes. We're in the shadow of the statue Artyom, and we are dropping Pete's dream here. Of course, we all know Pete, call sign Hasta la Vista. And his dream was to get Kosovacs armored medical vehicles to these front lines. And we are fulfilling right now, dropping one to the 67th. And this is Pete's unit. And I just want you to come see. It's going to be, it's got the drone jammers, drone detectors, winch systems, spare tires, extra tires, air conditioning system, the whole 9 yards. Of course, fully armored, ready to go. And I want Jania to grab this image here. So of course this is Pete's motto: "Fear not, for I am with you." Isaiah 41:10. Of course, here's the man. The world stands with Ukraine. If you get that angle right there, Jania. You got Pete here. Artyom. Sunset. The wind has died down. It was horrible today where we can make this video. And down below Artyom is Svyatogirsk. And I know maybe you want to look on the map and you're worried about OPSEC. You're seeing this many days later. But over here to the right is where Peter gave his life for Ukraine. In these hills right here. Right at the foot of that statue and that flag, that Ukrainian flag waving, is where we laid Pete to rest here on this hillside. You can remember the monastery down below, and the bells were ringing that day when we laid Pete to rest here. And this vehicle is special because we're naming each individual, and you know, we've already dropped to the 141. Now we're dropping the Pete's unit 67. There are 2 more that will be delivered in due course. They have to all be prepped, and there's more to come. But what's special about this one, you know, the one we dropped to the 141 was named Pete's Shield. But this one, this is the vehicle for the 67th. Hasta la vista. A lot of people, when we talk about sad things or happy things in the chat, people will go, "It's not me cutting onions, it's you." And I know right now we're all cutting onions. But not tears of sadness, tears of joy. And the reason they're tears of joy is because what Pete dreamed about, we've now accomplished. And he dreamed about 1 armored vehicle to the front. Then we went to 2. We're ending up dropping 4. So 4x Pete's dream. Hasta la vista. And then this right here, we had a donor in the United States. He made a huge donation because he loved Pete so much and what he stood for. And I know all of us around the world are supporting. And Professor Gertis actually messaged him and says, "Man, is there anything, you want to write anything on the vehicle, as much money as you gave?" He goes, "No, I don't want my name on there. I don't want nothing. But just let him know. Let Ukraine know that there are some Americans that really love Ukraine."
От тут буде управління, це включення буде цей.
Okay, guys, you know, they're having fun now. So
Пограйтеся, пограйтеся.
Okay, so if you look, if you
Are you going to preach?
no, but if you look, they're controlling the light.
А ну покрути ліво-право.
This is so cool. Guys, this is what you're bringing here, and you know we've done this drop, and this is how you know when you're dropping it to the right people. We just don't want to leave. We're sitting here talking, telling stories, and just having fun. Having fun. And here's what's so weird. You hear the artillery going off, and then over here, I'm listening to gunfire. So I asked Loza, I said, what is it, the polygon? Meaning like the firing range. And practicing this. No, it's not polygon. They're shooting at Shaheeds. He goes, they're shooting at Shaheeds right now. They're flying over there. So I said, oh, so we okay here? Yeah, no problem. They're shooting over there. But when we first started talking about these,
This is Pete's commander.
Peter did. And we would hear people say, no, wrong vehicle, wrong vehicle, wrong vehicle. But Peter knew
It's perfect.
in this forest, in all these difficult places with tight roads and all this, the perfect vehicle. So when you pulled up, you were like crazy happy.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I will say that it's perfect car because it's not heavy, it's armored, it's comfort inside for people and for injured person also. We just speak about this for 5 minutes. Good and light armor to protect everything that you need from shells and from shrapnels. Very high because when it will become autumn, it will be very big mud around. And also for such light and small car, very protected and very big place inside for person injured or for troopers who are going for position. And also I know that this is some cars that have good quality. Peter spoke about this. That good engine, good car, and it will work wherever you want with any diesel and without any problem. If something happened, it will bring you out from shit.
It will.
Yeah, I hope it's, as I said you before video, if it will help to save or bring safely one person, it's perfect. And thanks for this. But I think this car can, at that moment in our position and in our battle place, can bring more people out and bring more people to defend our line. That's why I hope this car will drive and bring out and bring in many troopers and bring out many injured people that need help at that moment. Thank you.
You're welcome. And it's just important to remember, Loza was saying, as big as this project was, is, and will be, if it saves one person, it's worth it. Perfect. It's worth it. But it's going to save a lot more. So tonight, guys, this one's special. We are at the exact spot where we laid Peter to rest. Peter gave his life right over here. And today we fulfill his dream. So Peter, it's here. And by the way, I spoke to Paul today, Peter's brother. Man, he's so happy. He's so happy. So, thank you.
Some part of his spirit here.
No question. We were talking, and I'll just close with this, but Peter had this dream for a Kosovac.
Yeah.
And we're bringing 4, and you just said, you know, if we bring 4, Peter's dream may go crazy, we bring 400. You never know what the future holds. But right before Peter gave his life, he had Project 22, a dream. And I commit to you today, Loza, commit to you guys in the 67th, with our partners and our friends, we will finish Project 22. We will finish it. Because Peter's dreams will not be incomplete here. So, we stand with you. До перемоги. We believe our fight. Yeah, man. Хлопці, бажаю здоров'я. Слава Україні!
Героям!
JP?
I love the fact that that sounds like a tank at the end there. Just like... I have to say, look beautiful there as well. I want to go to that statue, that Artyom statue. And that sunset, just amazing. Like, but that's just an aesthetic aside. Wonderful stuff, guys. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Hats off to you.
Yeah, and you know, that's where we laid Pete to rest, and that is where Pete gave his life. Just literally, just a few kilometers, looking that way over to the right.
So fitting.
It is. It's very fitting. And Loza, his commander, is incredible person. Rick, I'll come to you. You just had Loza on your stream.
Yeah, on Sunday he was a guest. He spent like 4 hours with us, guys. If you want to hear from a very, very strong person, both in and out, inside and outside, he is a power lifter who is capable of lifting 300 kilograms, guys. That man is a machine. He's very strong, and he is also very wise, and he was given such speeches also about Peter on that stream. I and all the rollers, we were impressed by him. Great stream, and I'm really grateful to Loza for his service, for his wisdom, because he also, I'm not going to give you spoilers, guys. Go and watch that one.
Yeah, please. Please go watch Loza.
And about this moment, about this video, first time we were there, the moment was tragic. It was very sad. We were scattering the ashes. And I was able to renew my memories of that place by this joyful moment. Of course, it was bittersweet, but really seeing that Pete's dream comes true, it was just refreshing. It was a refreshing memory. So coming at that place, I will remember how Pete's dream come through, and Pete was a witness of that because his ashes were all over that place. It was beautiful, and it was also a sunset. And Greg was also emotional there when we were given handing over that snatch, and yes, I was too. So, guys, thank you everyone who made that possible. Thank
Papa
you.
Dutch,
And thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Rick.
and thank you, Greg and Jenya, for doing such great job to make it all happen. Thank you.
I will say this, and then I'll throw to Jenya, and then we'll come to Prof, and there's a couple more videos we'll show. They're shorter, but Rick is correct. When we scattered Pete's ashes, we had to go there at the time that they said, and that was the place chosen. Pete loved that vantage point. Pete loved those forests, and it was where Pete gave his life. And we had to go there very early in the morning. You guys remember? The sun was rising, and we were scattering the ashes. And I think it was Papa Dutch in the chat said, what a perfect place to do the handover. Well, the reality is, when we scattered his ashes, the bells were ringing, and of course we didn't plan it. And when we arrived there, the bells were ringing, and to do the handover, and the sun was setting. I mean, there's so much poetry in here. And then as the vehicle's leaving, I put the sound of the bells back on there. It was just like full circle. Zhenya, dude, the amount of work you've done, I mean, it pales in comparison to what all the rest of us have done. So thank you. How does it bring full circle to you?
Okay, to be honest, it would be possible without. I'm just in the end, a small part. All the people who were doing all of it all the way till before me, they made it, and praise God for that. This particular vehicle, we bought new tires, and we choose the best one there, new one, because it was a little bit dry, I would say, without the details, and we decided to buy like best tires we could buy there, and it was getting me, pulling me back in the times when we couldn't. I was raising money to help one of the units with the used tires. I didn't have those, and now when I was there doing the making decision about the tires, I was at that moment I was thinking about all the people who trusting me, and I was listening to it. Hey man, buy the best tires you can buy there. Just go and buy it. And I was happy to do it from the name of all the people and remembering that it goes to the forest where Pete was, and so it's amazing. Thank you all.
Rough.
So, what I was struck by was I recognize Greg being emotional here, but I was feeling something pretty significant as well as I'm watching these. And I would imagine most of the audience is feeling, those that have participated and are watching this and are thinking through what's the gravity of this are feeling something as well. But I was really struck by the thought of, I wonder what Pete's commander and others in his unit are thinking, seeing this come to pass. Like that's got to be something for them as well to see. And I'm sure it's fairly powerful. It's just like, if I'm feeling what I'm already feeling, and I'm so many steps removed from this, wow. I just, that's what was coming to my mind.
I think it would go back, of course, Loza, I know he was overwhelmed. But it goes back also to what Vitaly said when we were pulling in there at the 141 and Jania translated it. I can't believe it. What a miracle. Guys, there are very few armored Kosovacs on the front lines. And when I go to Wikipedia, I think there's only 912 or 915 that were ever manufactured of those, that particular one. And together with all of you, we're dropping 4 on the front lines. And it's a testimony to the care and the love of the world, but more importantly, it's a care and it's a sacrifice, and everybody plays a part in it, and we're going to save lives.
So I want to add one more thing, Greg, if I can.
Yes, sir.
So the gentleman who you mentioned that I contacted, who gave a pretty huge, substantial amount, and I said, "Hey, what do you want to put on it?" I mean, you can. He was so gracious about it, and just wanted it to be from friends around the world, not anything. There was never anything self-serving in it. It was just speaking to his character. He'll be embarrassed if he's listening to this even now, even though he's anonymous, because he's just that's just his kind of character. And just the generosity, whether it's a small donation given or all the way up to the largest donation, just it was so kind of people to donate. And wow, just
there's
great
an
interesting
philosophical analysis we could do about that, which is probably now not the time and place. But when you do really great things, morally decent, upstanding things, the challenge is not to brag about it, not to tell anyone about it. Like the most almost virtuous thing you can do is keep it to yourself. But then on the other hand, by telling people about it, you can pass it on, and people can learn from that, and etc. But it does speak to someone's moral fiber, I think, when they do something incredible, and when you ask them, you know, about that, what do they want from that, they just they give it out to other people to receive the plaudits, and that's wonderful.
Well, I think we would all agree that what goes around comes around. And if you give love, love will return. And this is a whole lot of love being given. So thank you. 2 more little video clips here. Johnny, your comments led perfectly to this one. This is just another thank you. This shows a sugar cube we were dropping with the 141. But there's a little piece at the beginning of this that reminded me of Peter. And this is why I'm showing this little clip before the sugar cube. Back at the 141, Peter was sacrificial. We raised money one night for Peter to get some pants, and he wouldn't even buy pants. And Jania can tell you right now, on the day I had to identify Peter's body at the morgue in Kyiv, when I walked in the door, I told the medical detectives there and the pathologists, forensics, the whole big team there with the military, I said, that's Peter. And they looked at me and they said, you can't identify him from the door. You have to come over and we need 6 or 7 verifications. I said, I already know it's him. How? That's his pants. You cannot identify him from his pants. I said, no, but Peter, I can. That's definitely Peter. Peter was sacrificial and always giving love. So let's do this. Here we go. Video number 5.
Картопля і ця капуста тушена. Тому вже тушон буде.
Okay.
Зробити вам?
No.
You want some?
No. Is it good? Вкусно? Давай.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, ready?
Okay. No, let's get the sugar cube.
Okay.
Drone detector.
Wait, hold on.
Show love, folks.
Okay.
Show love.
Guys, while I'm eating, a lot of you have donated money specifically for sugar cubes. You know what they are. And today, I'm giving one to Vitaly. We want to give this, of course, we've given the vehicle over to Vitaly, and I've been feeding this soldier here. And we want to say from the world to you, stay safe. And a lot of people are now donating for sugar cubes. So here you go, brother. Keep that. So go ahead and say something.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I can tell you this now because you're seeing this video many days after this actually happened. But why are these important? Why is the drone jammers that you guys purchased that is mounted on these Calcivacs so important? Because literally, we were just outside talking, drone went right over our head, just like that. And you say, well, how do you know it's a drone? Because remember, I've got the nerd with me, Roman, and he got his electronic equipment and told us the megahertz. I won't say, told us the megahertz it's flying on right over our head. So I think it's time for me to go. So we stay ahead of the drones. Thank you guys so much. Vitaly, again, we love you, buddy. Yep. And bon appetit.
Смачного. Okay.
The reason I chose to show that was when we concluded it's the sugar cubes. Jania can tell what that is in just a second, but that's what Pete would do. He would just always give love, act crazy, do airplane feeding. He didn't do that probably, but things like that. That was Peter's personality. Everywhere he went, the room lit up. People were happy. You could not be happy without being around Pete. So Jania, we'll start with you on that sugar cube. You know, we're giving those away as fast as we raise money for them. They are what?
About sugar cube. tomorrow, one more beside of these 4 and previous ones, one more goes to Wasp. He requested it, and I will ship it before I will go there. So because they need it there, really need, and he said it's. And one more detail for people about the antennas for the anti-drone systems. Every unit are confirming exactly design of mounting it, which side of the vehicle, what is the length, how deep, and small things. And we communicate discussing the things because let's say the system is work, it's already ready, but antennas should be fixed on the body outside of the vehicles the way they wanted, and they requested us to give them a time, and our guys here preparing the special mounts for this for every unit specifically. So yes, someone was chatting any chat saying about using the filter or red filter. The guys will not be using probably this searchlight, something like that, or maybe they will, but usually they go absolutely dark because in the most of cases evacuation goes in the dark time, nighttime. So they will go, let's say, completely no lights like that.
And what is a sugar cube?
Sugar, sorry,
Thank you.
Sugar cube. It's a system which shows, it's a detector of signal of different frequencies, and it shows. Sometimes it's in the most of cases identifies even what it could be, what kind of drone it could be, and it shows in the decibels how close it is, how powerful a signal. It helps guys to identify it in the time, or there is a threat of FPV drone coming, approaching, and it depends on situation. They can initiate, start, or run anti-drone system working or jamming this system to get the protection, or there is other protocols.
Rick, you saw just having a little fun there, giving the sugar cube away and feeding the soldier. You know, you do that every day, dude. Maybe not feeding a soldier away with airplanes, but you're constantly giving love, and you understand that as a Ukrainian, you know, love wins. Love wins and
Yeah.
truth wins.
Yeah, man, you're right. And you mentioned Peter doing some stuff like that. And just on the stream with Loza, we were watching the video of him stealing the toilet from Loza's apartment. That was a good one. And it was so much fun. And Peter was spreading that love all the time, sometimes in a silly way, just like you did there. And I was present at that moment there. It was pretty cool.
Listen,
really giving smiles. It's important, very important.
All they see is death and destruction.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, and you know, behind the scenes there, when you were making that video with Vitaly, I made a small video with them, with the guys of Vitaly in the other, let's call the room. And they were just so happy to get some attention, to get some talk. You know, we've spent about 30 to 60 minutes talking to them there. They were just sharing their daily stories. It was, and I could see it in their eyes. They needed that. They needed someone to share those stories with, and it's really, really good that I could be the one they could share them with. And one more thing to mention. They had an awesome cat, and I made some videos with that cat, exploring the snatch and also playing with the cable there. I'm gonna post those videos in the next few days, guys. So stay tuned. It's gonna all the backstage of this trip.
You're free to show everything now, brother. You guys, if you are not subscribed to Rick's channel at Rick the Ukrainian, you need to, because he's getting ready to unload a lot of video. We were waiting for this to do this together. I will also tell you, he talks about the cat there. I'm coming to Prof next. They have where these guys stay, they have a big sign on the fence. It says, "Beware of the attack dog." Okay, Prof, the dog's about that tall. It's so funny. It's so funny, but they got a little teeny dog. The cat's bigger than the dog. So, Prof, your thoughts on doing what we've done, giving love and caring, and unmute.
I did it again. So just my thoughts, like with the sugar cube being delivered, like how would you not be happy, grateful for something that could theoretically save your life, something that is there, that has just been given to you, that can amplify your chances of surviving. I mean, so yeah, I mean, just all the donations that have come in that have done these sort of things are, we just don't know the good that it will do. And I don't know how you would calculate it, but it's, I'm very grateful to be part of the experience.
Well, we are too. And once again, I have to go back to Zhenya. You guys, the dude works 24/7. I mean, literally he sleeps a little bit, but it's very little. It's 24/7. And it is nonstop managing and getting better deals and buying things. Johnny, you've watched the man drive us around the front lines working 2 or 3 phones at a time. Am I telling the truth?
The man never stops, and he is nothing if not industrious, and he has the best intentions always at heart. And so, yeah, he would not last long on British roads without getting stopped by the police for driving with 3 phones in operation at one time. But I can attest to the fact that he does it super safely. He knows exactly what he's doing, and the man is on top of things. Just incredible.
Yes.
Also driving pretty fast at that moment, you know.
Well, guys, this brings us.
You've got things to do. You've got things to do, places to go, people to see.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of our meetings are calculated to literally to GPS points and exact times. So you need to be on time and you need to be where you're supposed to be. And Zhenya does an amazing job. We're coming to the last video. I really was planning this to be about 90 minutes with all the video and commentary, and we're going to about hit it. The final video is Pete's thank you. And he's going to say it better than any of us can say it. And then we'll come around for final comments, or if you need to address, you know, your chat or whatever. Thank you to everybody, mods, donations, just everything. But guys, this is for all of you. This is for all of you right here.
And we all thank you guys for supporting us in the defense of freedom. God bless you, Greg Terry Experience, and God bless all your amazing supporters. We love you. Thank you from Pete, Project Konstantin, 67 Brigade, and the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Together to victory. Love you guys. Peace out.
There you have it. Thank you. Prof, closing.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. That's a great place to end it. I don't want to spoil it.
I'm going to play that one more time before we roll the outro. So,
JP? Yeah, are you done, Prof?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, cool. Can I, there's 2 things I want to do, or 3 things I want to do, actually. Can I do a bit of a super chat? Thanks.
Please do. I need to do the same. We always want to be appreciative. Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much to a whole bunch of people. If I don't get to you, it's because I can't go back in the chat. But they're all the people, and then I'm getting down to Tanya Rindenko. But there was Richard Demi, Richard Bennett, lots of people wishing me happy birthday, which is tomorrow, and being really kind and generous. Thank you so much to Strange Trip, Richard Bennett again, to Linda S. No, Linda S. Thank you so much. To Harry-O, Remy Stevens, Dreams Coming True, absolutely. And thank you very much to the Little Whiskey Shop. Great to see such an awesome bunch of Ukrainian supporters together. Thank you one and all for all that you do. I can't go back. It won't let me go back, but unfortunately I want to say a big thanks to all the others that I can't see, but Mark Biscu was also saying that he couldn't help every time he sees Pete. So the videos you've shown of him, every time he sees Pete, he can't help but get emotional. And absolutely, I know that a lot of people feel the same. Thank you so much to Paul Gilbert, all the people who have contributed to the Super Chat, most of which I can't now look at because it won't allow me. So that's the first thing. So thank you. Second thing is, and I know this isn't a kind of video to do this, like breaking news thing, but in terms of gifts, I think it kind of fits, and it's also just positive as well. But the breaking news coming out from Reuters is that the Biden administration is going to release $8 billion of aid tomorrow for Ukraine. That is the entirety of the Presidential Drawdown Authority left, the entirety, 2.4 billion of USAI, so orders that you can put into US companies, and a $375 million package as well. But the entirety of the PDA that's left, was not expected. People are wondering about extending that anyway. Just that's really good news. So whoop-de-doo, awesome.
Well, you know
and
what you
the third.
go.
Yep.
No, go. I'm sorry.
Just the third thing is like Pete, and not just Pete. Pete is the a catalyst to much of this, and thank you to Pete for his awesomeness, and for driving this. But thank you to Greg and Zhenya and to Rick and to Prof. Gerdis for equally driving this, for being vehicles, which I think is an apt metaphor, but being vehicles for humanity, for moral rectitude, for just kindness, heart, and generosity to people who desperately need it, who are working and fighting and dying on our behalf, and all in the name of liberty and freedom.
Very well said. And thank you for that breaking news. I'm sure we'll all be jumping into that after this stream. And I think that would need this, Johnny.
Slava Ukraini!
There you go, guys.
Every time I bloody love that. Every time I love
buddy.
it.
I had to give it to you. Rick, how you want to close out?
There's so much I would love to say. All this journey with Pete that he has taken all of us on since we met in the beginning of this year. It was just something, I don't know, life-changing, I would say. I think for all of you guys, it was. And yeah,
I completely
you want to add
agree.
to this? Yeah.
I would just say, even if you never met Pete, but you only met him vicariously through us, your life was changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I did not have a chance to meet Pete in person, unfortunately. It was like only 2 weeks that I missed him, because we would have met when we go there. But the thing is, I do like it still feels like I've known him for a long time. He was a true leader, and I'm grateful to him for teaching me some by example. He was leading by example, and that's how you should lead. And thank you, Peter, for all your service, for all your sacrifice. We carry on, brother. Thank you.
Do Peremoga. Virginia.
Oh, thank you. Thank you all the people, all who trust you guys, challenging us, challenging me personally, all of you. Your donations, your love, your care and wish to help to Ukraine are challenging to do the things here. And let's do not stop and do more things. Use our opportunities. Thank you.
And
Well
Zhenya,
said.
I hope, with just, I know you're reading the chat. I know you very well. And it has to be an encouragement for you when you see people just come together like this. So I hope this encourages you.
Two nice words. And I would say, and two small words. I mean, not. We can do much more together. And I would really, I mean, if the whole world would stand together as this community here stands together, this war will be over quite soon. If the
Completely
whole
agree,
world
and
would.
very well said. Let me just say thank you
So
again to all the super chats and memberships. Like Johnny, I'm going to miss some of you as well. Papa Dutch, thank you as always. Johnny Nedregard, Nickel 9, Linda from Linda S, Australia, the Weasel, Petra Olson with the Swedish non-smoking initiative to support Ukraine, Mr. Lion Dust, Dunk on You, one of our great mods who is actually modding and can't see because he's at the eye doctor. Dunk on You gifting memberships. Linda gifting memberships, 20 memberships. Papa Dutch for Project Tatiana. Laura Ambrosia gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much. You know they exist. The Yarn Fund, thank you. You know they exist. Simon Indletown, crew member. You all are amazing. I would agree with that. All of us together, we're doing the best we can. Thank you for that. Lynn S, so proud to have been part of this. Canadian, $13.99. WL gifting 5 memberships. Nikki Hill, crew member, 7 months. Slava Ukraina, Gerom Slava, Blonde Bombsheller, $10. Thank you. Another one of our incredible moderators. And guys, if you have not joined Discords, mine, Johnny's, Rick's, subscribe to each other of these channels. Everybody's in the description. Please do. Prof has the greatest Discord on the planet. Miriam, but it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Listen, it's just people helping each other. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much. Miriam, New Zealand, what are we raising funds for next? Be here tomorrow and you will hear about that. We are going to finish Project Tatiana. Tomorrow I'll have Project Konstantin members, Yana and Galina here. Camila Matson, with love to Ukraine. Daryl Curson, thank you for that super chat. You were amazing as well. Danny Carver, thank you, sir. George in the house, Mr. Nobody. Pete inspired me to quit smoking on July the 12th. Congratulations. Pete inspired people to do all kind of things. That was Pete. Leslie Bowe, member for 7 months. We need a memorial plaque there for Pete. That's a good idea. That's actually a good idea. We can make that happen. Right there beside Artyom. Linda, Australian, 50. I think Linda is very happy tonight. Papa Dutch, thinking about rarity. He's talking about DeLorean cars. There's only one Papa Dutch. Thank you for that super chat, Camila Matson. Nicholas Suter. Is this end time news, Nicholas? Rick? Nick.
Yes, it's him.
Thank you, sir.
It's him.
Thank you. Awesome. We're going to do a stream together here coming up. Nick is a massive supporter of Ukraine. He's active on the shills. He's been doing this forever. And so thank you, Nick. I'll be chatting with you. Mr. Nobody, thank you. Papa Dutch. Nikai Bog Blagoslavit Vas na Peravoy Mi z vami razom mój возможно все. Точка.
It's easy
Papa
for you
Dutch.
to say.
Yeah, God bless all of you on the front lines. We are with you together. We can do anything. Danny Carver, Slava Ukraina, Gerom Slova, and Petra Olson. For Zhenya, 129 Swedish krones, and I will get it to him. Thank you guys so much. Guys,
can I? Sorry, I've finally found where I can thank the right. Sorry, Kobe Jack, thank you. Michael Vucher, thank you. Julian Roster, thank you. And Margaret de Velden, Richard Demi, Mark Bisque, Mr. Lion Dust, all those other ones I've already mentioned, but those are ones I missed out on. So sorry, thank you. Sorry, thank you.
The bottom line is thank you. Hey guys, you here in the panel, just hang on for 1 minute and we'll just say goodbye to each other off camera. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Ralph will be posting videos. Rick will be posting videos. Johnny drops a video every 30 minutes. So you guys.
I'm going to get off this, right? And I'm going to do a breaking news update.
I know you are.
Because I can't not do it. It's like, otherwise I'd go
can't
to bed and
resist.
it'd just be like, it'll be just in my head like a
Look at him.
brick just
He's
waiting
quivering,
to fall
guys.
out.
He's quivering. He's
I am.
quivering. He's so excited. I love that man.
I'm
man.
so sad. I am so
We're
sad.
proud of all of you. So thank you guys. I'm going to roll that Pete saying thank you. That's the best way to close and go into the outro so all of you can say bye to each other in the chat. So thank you. We appreciate all of you. And one more time.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. Here's Pete.
And we all thank you guys for supporting us in the defense of freedom. God bless you, Greg Terry Experience, and God bless all your amazing supporters. We love you. Thank you from Pete, Project Konstantin, 67 Brigade, and the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Together to victory. Love you guys. Peace out.
Слава Україні!